just give commentary in the background.
Oh, there we go, y'all. We here. We are here right now. We are in the building. It's a new week, a new session. Guess what? Welcome from the battle to the glory. Yes, we are here. Oh man, still a little banged up, Lady T.
You back to work?
No,
Mm,
I'm still trying to get this thing right,
okay.
but I'm moving. So, got some things I gotta do. I might have to go to work though. One day this week. Got to fill out some paperwork because I'm gonna probably be out probably for another week or so. Allison, yeah,
Hey, Allison.
because I definitely need my legs. Got to be moving, and I got me something good right now.
Water?
No smoothie. I'm smooth.
Oh,
I'm juicing. Well, it's a juice. I'm juicing.
good for you. I got my juice right here too, but I still got my tea. So I'm drinking my tea first, then the juice.
So in this right here, I got strawberries, bananas, chia seeds, oatmeal, and bananas.
Did you let the chia seeds get, thick? Yeah, you're supposed to let it, absorb the water or the liquid and it gets thicker. That's what you have to do. You have to allow it to thicken.
Okay,
So,
excuse me. I am the chef. You
okay.
are the now. That's not how. That's not.
I'm the regular.
Yeah, you're just a regular. But so let me explain something to you about the chia seed before we get into our session. So what the chia seed does is good for the digestive system. So what happens is it goes in the body in the seed form. So in the course of the day, when you drink in the water,
Right.
it goes into your intestines and it expands. And so when it expands in your body, and when you go to the bathroom, it pulls all that out.
Yes.
That's what happens. Right. So the chia seed, like you said, that's what it's supposed to do. So it's supposed to go in your body, and then once you start drinking water, because it takes it's a process. Once it start going through there and it goes to your body, it blows up. And so when you go to the bathroom, it pulls it all out. What it can pull out. So and you can't take it every day.
Soak it for a certain amount of, let it expand first.
No.
You can have it in the seed form and drink it that way.
Yes.
I've never done it, so.
Oh,
I've always let it sit overnight or
try it. You're gonna see. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, because women don't really. I don't really see a lot of women drinking that. I see a lot of men doing it because that's what it does. Trust me, you be like, yo, and you can't take chia seeds every day. You got maybe like twice a week, or, 3. It depends on how
much you take.
Right. So what I do is I'll be like maybe like I just be pulling like, and whew, I'm trying to tell you, it do wonders. But this was a good topic though. I mean, Lady T, like lately, guys, I gotta tell y'all, Lady T be coming up with these topics, boy. She on fire right now. She says she got some new ones too. I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. But these topics she be having real juicy, man. Oh man, look, this is I had to get into the Ew. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I will be on Double Trouble tonight. I will be on the Sipping and Tripping podcast this evening at 8:00. So you guys can follow me over there as well and come on, join the conversation because I'm going to be there after we finish here. I probably have maybe 30-minute break, get myself together, get all my notes and stuff because it's about 6 of us over there. I can't wait.
Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, good conversation.
I can't wait. So, yes, we're going to be on the Sipping and Tripping podcast, y'all. So, come on over there. Can you hear me? Can
you hear this?
No.
Okay. I was wondering. Give me a second.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, so I'll be over there 8:00 tonight. It be there 8 sharp. So, come on through, guys. Sipping and Tripping podcast on YouTube. Come on through. No. Come on. Get it together, lady. Lady T, how was your weekend, though? Uh-oh. No.
Could you hear me?
There you go.
Okay. My weekend was really, really good. One of my good girlfriends I contacted her. It was like on my spirit to contact her, and I kept avoiding it. So finally, I contacted her. She was like, "You want to go see such and such a concert?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we got to hang out, go to a concert. I was excited to, be back with her, and just, it was just great time. But I had rest time too, so I was happy about that as well. So
All
my
right.
weekend was really good.
That's
How was
wonderful.
yours?
Mine's in the house.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I-
But no, by the way, too, guys, this is an interesting conversation we're gonna have this evening too. Why women have unreasonable high expectations for a man and relationships, also without blaming a man. Why can't women keep a man? Well, that's gonna be real interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all gonna have a lot to talk about. I hope how many women's gonna be on there?
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's gonna be three women and 3 men. So that's correct. Good. 3 women, 3 men. So it's gonna be real interesting because I'm gonna be right in there with the biblical sense, but not only the biblical, but from a natural aspect as well too. You got listen. If you ain't never been in the trenches, you ain't never been there. How can you really give people advice or enlighten them? You can't. You gotta get in there. You always say that, Lady T. You gotta get in there. You gotta grit. You gotta get it in there. You know what I'm saying? Man, because this world we live in right now, some people are blinded by their own desires, their own wants. You know what I'm saying? Look what the topic is today. Do God speak through desire or discipline? Whoa. Lady T, take it away, man. Cause Lord.
Okay, so what do you think? I have to ask you this question first before I start getting into it myself. Do you think God speaks through desire or through discipline? Or do you think both?
It depends. All right, let's go with desire first. Desire depends. If your desire lines up with God's desire for you, then you'll get your desire. Let's look at the word desire. To long for, to hope for, right? To an expression to wish, a request. So if your request to God is something that lines up with God, you'll get that request. You'll get your heart's desire, because sometimes our desires does not meet the expectations that God had for you. So when you look at the desire, if your desire lines up with God and what God has for you, then you will get your heart's desires. You'll get the things that you hope for because it lines up with God. Doesn't mean that you won't get those things, but when we're talking about desire, you're saying, does God speak through desire? Yes, he'll speak to you through a desire because it lines up what he has for you in your life. Now if you go back and because if you look at the synonyms for desire, lust is part of a desire. That's lust for or after. You know what I'm saying? So you got, that's why it's tricky, because if your desire is lusting for women, God is not speaking to you in that, because now that's the trick of the enemy. So that's why I said it depends on how you look at the word desire. You know what I'm saying? Does God speak to you through desire? And only God will speak to you through desire if everything that you desire lines up with what God has for you. So God will speak to you in your desires if it lines up what he has for you in your life, the mission, your purpose. You know what I'm saying? So if your desire is what God has for you, yes, God will speak to you in your desires, because guess what? It lines up with God. Now, discipline is something totally different. It's like to control, to gain by enforcing obedience and order. So when you look at that, when you look at discipline, it's a pattern of behavior, self-control, punishment. So so many things that come with discipline. So when you look at discipline, guess what? God has set some rules for us, right? And we have to follow those rules or the expectation that God has for us. It's like a form of training that corrects the imperfection in your life. So that's what discipline is. So discipline is, like I said, God definitely speaks in discipline, definitely, because it's a conduct of correction. So God will speak to you in correction when you're not doing something that He wants for your life, and He wants to correct it. He'll allow you to go through it so you could be corrected, and then you'll actually see your behavior, you'll see the pattern, and also you'll see your disobedience. So does that answer you a little bit?
It does, and I'm very proud of you. That was wonderful. I'm so excited to know that you did amazing with that. Yeah, because but I will say that I believe God plants His desire in each and every one of us. We have a purpose. We are here for a reason. His desire for our life is meant for us individually. So I believe, and it says it in the Bible somewhere, about He will give you the desires of your heart. Delight in the Lord, and God knows that when you were created, He put something for your purpose in this world to do. So yes, we might see people not looking as good as somebody else, or they might be going in a different route, but it is God's desire for their life for whatever reason. So I agree with you about, there is something about desire, but it comes from God, is what I think. Is my point when I say this.
Look, just think about this too. When a desire is a conscious impulse towards something that is promised, enjoyment or satisfaction in its attainment. So, like you said about God, if you have this sole desire to live for God, it's going to attain joy for you. You see what I'm saying? So and remember what I said earlier. If it lines up with God, guess what? You're going to be filled with joy, filled with happiness, because guess what? That's what God has intended for you. In the midst of your tough times, in the midst of trials and tribulations, you still have to be able to endure that, and which that's a desire that God wants for us, to go through it and still magnify His name, still be filled with joy, even in the midst of our trials and tribulations. So that's truly a desire that God has for us, because it only thing it does, we always say this before. I mean, we always say this, is that it makes you stronger. So going through the trials and tribulations, they always make you stronger when you endure it. And sometimes people can't endure it because, they're not strong enough. And that's why you have to have right people in your corner to encourage you, to uplift you,
And and you're right, that desire will mislead you if you allow it to, and it puts you towards the fleshly way, the ego, the woundedness. That is something that desire can do if it misleads you. But if you know what God has for your life, you can go into the right path of desire for what God had for your purpose in life. And discipline is very important. I mean, that's why I would, I look at it as God speaks through us through desire and discipline, because there is a structure when it comes to discipline. There's a correction when it comes to discipline. There's a pruning where you're able to bear more fruit because you're pruning something out of your life. There's certain delays and denials, things that we are not given or we have to wait for. That's our way of building character, So I feel like discipline is definitely necessary for your desire. And, I look at it like God speaks through both of them. I would look at it as it makes sense as desire. You were born to be a certain way, a certain person, and a certain journey. And then the discipline comes as the journey you're going through it and you're growing. You're learning how to be a disciplined person through correction, through pruning, through delays, through rejection.
Lady T, when you say that, right, I always come with this. Give me an example. Before you give me an example, I'm going to give you one. And look, nothing happened, like no tragedy, right? But I hurt I was sitting down watching the game, and boom, my knee, had some issues with my knee, right? So, right, I look at it like this: God wanted to get my attention, right? There's some things that I need to do. One thing I can tell you is this, is that losing weight is important. It's my temple. So I have inflammation in my knee, which causes arthritis, right? So I was looking and reading and doing research, as well as they gave me information from the doctor, from the hospital, right? Certain foods that I eat can cause inflammation. So I'm like, okay, what do I really eat that causes that? So I had to really do some research. So I went to, different doctors, different places. That's why I said I'm juicing right now, because I'm looking to be disciplined and losing weight. That's a focal point. That's one of the biggest things that why I'm down right now is really change my diet. You know what I'm saying? Changing my diet is important. It clears my blood, all my arteries, all of the organs. Not only that, but my mind. The things that we eat has an effect on your brain as well. How you think, how you move and maneuver. All those things are important. And so when we talk about desire, God's desire is for us to live a long life, a happy life, a joyful life. And how can you live a desirable life if your health is not where it's supposed to be? And so that is truly, I feel like God was speaking to me like, all right, now, hey, it could have been worse. But look, I'm able to move around a little bit more, right? And now my mindset is like, all right, you could be down and out, but I'm not. So, this is the first step of the discipline, because it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I love eating. I'm so serious. I love eating. Being around food for the last 30 some years, I'm seeing different type of cuisines, different foods. And now I gotta be like, I gotta minimize that. Only on special occasions, certain things I'm be able to indulge in. And so that, that's the discipline part of where I feel like, I don't think things happen in our lives that not supposed to happen. It happens for a reason. For every action, there's a reaction. So based on the things that we do in our life, it is going to be a reaction to it. And so with that being said, taking care of your body, which is in the Bible, it says taking care of your temple is important. Other things will maybe not now, but later on in life will have an effect on your life. And so now like I said, I'm 48. So I'm taking the time to really absorb this and take care of my body, because my life is important. I feel like a lot of people look up to me, not only look up to me, but they're watching and want to see me excel, and they want to see me do great things. And I want to do great things so they can have something to say, you know what, man, if Chef Dennis could do it, I could do it. Be encouraged, be inspired, not by me, by the things that God has allowed me to do and say and speak to people.
Well, that's a good, example. I'll say another example. I know a young lady in my life, and I was very proud of her, but she had a, deep compassion, not compassion, but a deep desire and passion to help people. And she wanted to become a nurse. She's like, you wanted to be a healer type to help those. And she really felt, the desire. So that desire made her have to be disciplined, to learn the skill and the information to become a nurse. She wanted to be a nurse. So she had to learn how, to study and learn everything about the body and all the science and everything. And she disciplined herself, and she disciplined because her desire was great. She disciplined herself to, pass the exams, persevere, and even when she didn't do well in exams, she persevered. She kept continuously going forward and moving forward to get her her goal to become a registered nurse, and she did, you know. And so that desire and that discipline is necessary. If you have a desire, know that your desire, if it's strong enough, is going to make you be disciplined enough to follow through whatever your goal is. But people, you know, like you're talking about your health right now, of course you're going to have to change a lot of things. You know, I'm concerned your butt has been sitting too long. Are you able to get the movement that you're supposed to have? You know, yeah, because my family knows me very well. And I say this all the time. I truly believe we are meant to move. Nothing is meant to stay stagnant. So what are you doing to build that movement, that momentum as you are being home on crutches? What you doing? Are you able to do anything to move the body a little bit? That's a question, Chef.
Oh, that's a question for me?
Mm-hmm.
Newsflash. Guess what? I will never let anything keep me down, keep me in one spot. I might not be able to move like I was moving 2 to 3 weeks ago, but I'm moving.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Oh,
all
no,
right.
I don't just lay in the bed.
No,
I know what that could do
either.
Yeah,
I know that. But it
No.
takes. I know that. I'm not thinking that. But you know, you are moving,
Yeah.
and so you know that that's going to be disciplined once you get on your feet. You know, you're going to be disciplined with your diet, just like you were saying. You got to change everything, and you're going to do things differently because you have a desire.
Here's another thing too. See, and that's what I want to be encouraging to people. Here's another thing. Watch this. I take accountability to the things that I've done. You know what I'm saying? And look, those energy drinks I was drinking, they're not good for me. They don't have no sugar in it, but they have adrenaline in them. And it's called C4. And what happens is it has 300 milligrams of caffeine. Yo, you know how crazy I used to be in the morning? Guess what? Now I've been out of work, right? And so now I don't have that in my system. I'm waking up, I'm sleeping, I'm resting. So at the end of the day, nobody knows but God. Look, when I tell you, they're gonna always tell you, anybody from high school to college to culinary school, they'll say, yo, Dennis never sit still. I don't sit still, so I'm always doing something. No, I'm serious. I'm always doing something. So, you know, like I said, I don't look at this as a negative. I look at it as a positive because now I'm laying down, I'm resting, I'm getting myself together. But now my mindset has changed because of how I eat and what I eat, and that's important. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do great things. I want to do what God has for me. So I cannot do that with a bum leg. Nah, I can't do that. So I didn't went, like I said, I didn't went to stores, I didn't went to vitamin, herbal stores. I got all this stuff that, and guess what? This is, man, I'm telling you, I know God has the right people in my life for a purpose. So many people have let me know, say, yo, D, take this. And it was good. And I know it was like confirmation because I used to take certain vitamins and I stopped taking them. And so one vitamin he told me about it's called glucosamine. That's for the joints. And it helps strengthen your joints. And so that's a lifetime. It just don't go away. So, that's taking that. And I know the result in taking that because I did take it before. I had hurt my shoulder, right? And I start taking the glucosamine. When I tell you, no joke, my shoulder bench press and everything had went up because I would start taking that. But it had to take some time to get into the body, work its way into the system. And then once it did it, my shoulder got better. I never had shoulder pains, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And that was from taking that vitamin. It's called glucosamine, and it was good for the joints. And so now I'm back taking that. And like I said, it's going to take some time, but I got to do it. That's one thing I always been. When somebody say I can't do something, it motivates me. It always do. When they say, "Nah, I'm for real," when you tell me I can't do
you, okay?
Huh? What'd you say?
That I believe you.
Word. When you tell me I can't do something, I said, okay. It's lock in time. You can't do that. Oh, okay. Lock in. Don't tell me you can't do nothing. I don't want to hear those words. You
Okay.
can't do that. Good.
Look, let's get back to your example about the body. Okay. The body is, I'm so glad you brought that up. But for us, everybody, the body is something we should look at as a discipline every day, right? To
Yep.
care for it properly. That's what you're basically saying.
Yeah.
And not forget how to care for it properly, that you have to be consistent with it. So there's a discipline in it.
Yep.
There's that discipline, but we have to have that desire. And a lot of people nowadays do not have the desire to care for their body properly.
No, you're right.
It is very sad. I'm very disappointed. I see what people are holding on within the body, and it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to see that, accumulation of grief, of sorrow, of pain that makes them do certain things that shows in the body. And it can look in a different ways. We know what, I'm talking vaguely, but broadly, and you understand. But the point is that it's like, we have to desire more and better and clearly for our body to be the temple of God and care for it properly. And that takes discipline though. But the desire has to come first, right?
And listen, and now you brought something out that was so great. Like that's key. You know why it's key? Is because guess what? Just think about this. And it's a reality. This is a reality check. That's why I said I'm in a whole different mode. You know how Christians, it's not a bash to anybody, but they get big and they're gaining weight, but they worshiping God. God don't want them to be like that. That's not a desire that God wants them to be. And so that's why I said you brought something good, because guess what? That's part of discipline as well. That we all, because look, later on in life, when they get older, they have these complications and they wonder where those complications came from. Is because you, at a certain time and age, you were big, and now certain things sit in your body, and now later on when you get older, guess what? You have those complications, you have those diseases, or you have this sickness inside because you did not take care of your body. And that's important.
I like the fact is you started off with the Christians, and I kept listening to you because I was like, wow, it's not just Christians, but I heard you because of this. Christians know the body is the temple of God, right? That is why I understand you. And that is very true. We are to care for our body as the temple of God. And we do not, and we're not really taught about it in that way. Honestly, if I could think about growing up, we weren't really taught, weren't really taught a lot about the body, Yeah. So I feel like we weren't taught that, but we need to understand it very clearly that the body is the temple. That is you are to care for your body. Know thyself, love thyself first, because that is what God's first commandment was. God is with you inside, not outside. Not something you look outside and like, God help me, I'm talking to you outside. No, God is right within. And so love God with all thy heart means that you have to know how to love yourself, right? You have to. And people are not taught that, especially Christians, and I don't, I understand what you were saying about overweight and everything. And yes, it is an accumulation of not being productive. That's what I look at it as.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
It has a lot to do with it. You can burn off a lot of stuff if you are really doing a whole lot of things in your day, or if you're not consuming too much, or because it's all a lot of factors. But we don't have the mindset to care for the body.
And then a pastor has said that, and that's why I'm saying that too. I had heard a pastor say that. I was looking at my social media and stuff. And he has said that, and that's true. A lot of, and I said Christians because they speak, even some of the big Christians, they gain all this weight. They worshiping God, singing for God, doing things for God, but they miss the most important thing, is that their body, their temple, they're not really taking care of their temple. Yes, that is important. That's I feel like this. It's just my opinion. If you're not focused on your body, that means something about you lacking in something. You're lacking in. If you can't be focused enough, and here you go. Oh, I got so much going on in my life. What? No. You wake up in the morning. You could take a 30-minute workout or do whatever and then go about your way. That's not their focal point. Just it's a lot of things. I like, we don't talk negative, but it's a lot of other things that's underlining that a lot of them miss. And that and health is important. Look, just think about, we talk about mental health a lot now. Mental health. That don't just come from the past. That comes also with the things that we eat that mess with your mental. It could get some things that we eat can get you aggravated, can get you in a bad mood. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just think about this, T. And I'm gonna just say us, like black people, right? What they say, when you eat too much food, you get the itis. You know what that is? That's just something we made up. That ain't really the itis.
I think that's true.
Huh? No, you know what it is? Seriously.
Right,
what it is that you overate, and now your brain is trying to process what you ate, and it's too much. It can't process it. And so when you like that, that's why you feel tired and sluggish, because guess what? Your body can't process. Your mind can't process that fast. And so that's when you be like, I'm tired. No, that's why your body is overexerted, because your mind
overeating.
That's right, overeating.
Right.
And so now, guess what? Now you feel sluggish. Now you don't want to do nothing. And guess what? You definitely probably will be in a bad mood if you're trying to go to sleep, and somebody tapping you, trying to talk to you. Depending on the individual, there you go. Now you're in a bad mood. You had all that greasy food and fatty food, and somebody trying to talk to you, and you're not even listening. They get it. Hey, what you doing? I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm tired. Bad mood.
A lot of people don't really care, though. I mean,
Right.
I honestly don't. They don't care to, take care of themselves. A lot of people love to just enjoy life and have fun, not be responsible, just living life freely. There's a lot of people out there that just want it handed to them like they're privileged, like they came in this world and everybody else is supposed to give to them. So many different ways of people. You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You got to do it in moderation. I was just talking to a young lady about drinking, right? So let me just drinking. Yeah, of course, that wine. So the person was like, I don't see where it says you can't drink beer, liquor in the Bible. I said, huh? You will never see that in the Bible. But does alcohol get you intoxicated? Get you drunk?
Right.
The key word is drunkenness. So everything that's under that wine, because it only talks about wine. And I mean, I know you probably know in the Bible it talks about drinking wine. It does not tell you about getting drunk. So you have to know your limits. And see, most people that are Christians or not Christians, guess what? They probably say, you know what? I don't want to drink. Okay, that's cool. But to have a drink is okay, because that is not a sin. I'm going to say that. It's not a sin. I'm not condoning. I'm not telling people to do it. You know your body. You know your willpower. And so if you are weak-minded, yes, you can do that. If you know that you're going to do it and it's going to cause something else, no, yes, you can. But don't ever say, I can say this because it's true. It is not a sin to have a drink. I'm not saying that because I have had drinks. I do still drink. Yes, I do. As a Christian. But I don't get drunk. And I don't, and I'm being honest and transparent. I just stopped doing it in the public places because, you know why? Because guess what? Some people are very judgmental.
You care
Yes.
about what other people
No,
think
because
all
guess
the
what?
time.
You have to, because guess what?
No, I don't.
T, you don't
I
have
really
to,
don't.
but T, no, look, T, but when you are having conversations with people, and guess what? There is a code of conduct you still have to have. Period of how you think, how
I
you gotta
understand
have
that. But
you
you
gotta have a
are a
code of
man.
conduct.
Okay, but you are a man and
Yeah.
you can go out in public and have a drink or two and know how to conduct yourself. You're not drunk. So
I-
why are you saying that you had to stop drinking in public? That's what I don't
No, I
understand.
said certain public places. Yes.
Certain public places.
Yes.
Why?
Because
Because
guess what?
what? There is a church. You
No.
close to the church or something. What is it then?
So look, all right, watch this. I'll give you an example because see, this is factual. It's not opinionated. Look, T, if I'm a teacher, I just said this to somebody else. If I'm a teacher, right, and I go out into the public and I get drunk, right, and I work for a company, you know that they can very well write me up or fire me because guess what? Exactly. I'm in the public's eye. I work for this company. So guess what? Because I act a fool and I embarrass the company. Yes.
I understand that, but that's not what I said. I said have a drink or two and conduct yourself properly. Like you're doing what you're not drunk. You said you won't even have a drink in certain places. And I'm like,
No.
but why?
I'm telling you why. Because
that's your desire to do.
There you go. That's
okay.
Everybody can do what they want to do. But
yes,
me,
they can. And your desire is to do only a certain way. Okay.
Exactly. And because the how I do it, and I'm saying this, how I do it is because I don't want to have to defend or make somebody fall because they saw me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of weight on you that you put
no,
on
it's not for me.
I mean, I hear you. Yeah. I hear you though. You put a lot of weight on yourself to say you have this responsibility and okay, you see it though.
Yes.
Okay. Because I will not. I will not do what you do. I will not say what you say.
But guess what? Watch this. I have the desire to do what God wants for me in my life. And so, look, nobody said nothing to me, right? Nobody scolded me or said, no, it's the desire that I want because guess what? I'm still going to have a drink, but I'm not going to do it in the public's eye. I'm going to do it in the confines of my home. I might go to my family house. I might have it. That's it. Oh, I'm not going to live a fake life. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say no, because guess what? Listen, it said, now if I'm drunk, that's something totally different. Now I'm all, everything that I'm speaking about is false. You ain't going to see me drunk. You ain't going to see me acting a fool. I'm going to still have the same energy. I'm going to still be the same loving person.
Okay, so you're going to do this in your private home is what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you want to get drunk, you're going to be in your home.
I'm not doing that.
So you're not going to be drunk ever again.
No
more drunkenness. That's what you're saying.
What you mean no more drunkenness? What you mean? Look, drunken days was when I was young.
But we're just talking about drunk. That's what I'm saying. Drunkenness. Okay, so drunkenness is what I'm saying. So no more drunkenness. It will always be one or two drinks. Wow.
You put
a lot of weight on yourself. You do not don't hang out with me then. Okay.
Why?
Because if you hang out with me, you know how I am. I'm going to have 5-10 drinks maybe.
That's up to you.
Oh, okay. I think you're going to be tempted. So I'm just saying, don't hang out with me.
The devil is a liar. You ain't tempting me.
All right.
And I ain't calling you no devil.
We got this recorded right now.
Man, listen, I ain't playing no games. Because that's just something small right there. We talking about this, T. That's just small things, right? You know what I'm saying? We talk about being judgmental and all this other stuff. Yo, it's a lot of people out here being judgmental. A lot.
But who cares?
Who
cares?
No.
Why does it matter about other people's opinions?
So I explain to you like this. Why it's so important for me is this. Listen, if I'm gonna talk about marriage, guess what? I work at my marriage. I make sure that everything is right. And then when I, even though, I'll be honest with y'all. Look, me and Esther, we had a disagreement just a few minutes ago. Guess what? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Keep it a buck. I was upset. I was kind of like yelling, but when I was yelling like not at her, but yelling like, oh, I'm frustrated too, just like you, right? But guess what? Now, I swear to goodness, I felt so bad. Now I was like, look, she was talking about something simple, and I was like, oh. And guess what? I just went over there, still talking and moved the stuff. And what you want? What you? But I say that, I say all that to say this is that guess what? I want to be a beacon of light for people that want to have a successful marriage. You're going to go through things. So guess what? So I have to carry myself in the manner when people say, oh, I like the way him and his wife are. I like the way he talks. And then they ask a question, why you like that? And then it brings an opportunity for me to tell them why I'm the way I am. What makes me the way I am? How did I come and arrive to that person? And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm doing it.
What is it that you need other people's validation?
No.
That you okay? What is it then that makes you do this and care about people's opinion?
Because guess what? There are a lot of people that's broken out, and the people that I feel like not familiar, the people that come into my life that is broken, and I'm able to talk to them. That I want to be an encouragement to them. And so when I say that is that guess what? I got to be in the right place to be an encouragement to somebody. And so that's my desire. My want to be an encouragement to men, women, to say, listen, you're not the only one that been through something. I've been through something, but guess what? I can help you along the way and want to. But guess what? Before I have that desire, guess what? I got to make sure I'm clean. I'm right. You know what I'm saying? My life is in order. I can't be telling people stuff. My life not in order. I can't. Because I don't know about you. I ain't listen to nobody. They not in order.
You're a human being, and when you are a human being, you will fall short. You will not always be perfect. So that's why I'm like,
I strive to
show. I understand, but vulnerability is necessary in being a human being and having relationships with people, being genuine about yourself. So don't put so much pressure to, say that you're not going to do any alcohol in public.
Didn't I just say to you, with vulnerability, I'm very vulnerable. I don't care.
I understand that, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Like you put yourself to say you're not drinking in public ever again. That's what I heard.
Certain public places.
Public places. All right. Yeah. Certain public places. So you will decide, and you will be the judge on the certain public places. Then
the environment. Look, the environment.
I have to remember that because it will be company like me that's going to, be the devil.
What you talking about?
Like let's drink, dog. Let's drink.
What kind of signals you selling these people? Hey, listen, y'all. She capping. She's not like that. She cap. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna put that disclaimer. Cap. Yeah. Talking that crazy talk, but no, yeah. T. I mean, look, that's. I mean, and like you said, that's a lot of weight. But at the end of the day, listen. I always say this. I always say some people, they not agreeing. They not in agreement with me. They don't agree. All right, that's cool. But I'm telling you right now, hey, you got to have a successful marriage. You got to have a successful relationship. Your count got to be like perfect. But before you talk about how you going to tell me and advise me how to do in my marriage, you married? Oh, you're not married? Oh, okay. That's just me. Everybody else
walk away and not even hear what they say.
No, you don't have no marriage. Man, please.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it ain't no terrible. That just
they might have been married in the past.
Listen,
they might give you good insight. It might be God talking through them. That God you have to hear a message.
When I tell you about that, look, Ronnie, he here right now. Hey, discernment. Trust me. If God is sending somebody to me and telling me something, my ears are gonna be open. I'm a know it's gonna be coming from God. It ain't gonna be just come with this bull crap. Oh yeah, no, listen. I tell people if you're gonna get marriage counseling, make sure and you a Christian or you follow Jesus, make sure that this person is doing the same thing, because you don't want just anybody telling you something about your marriage and they're not like-minded. You want somebody to pray over your marriage, you want somebody to talk to you and give you advice, they have to be like-minded. How can you get some advice from somebody that's not like-minded? You don't think the same, or even in the same vicinity.
I would think that they probably wouldn't get married, honestly.
See, I know some people that they are famous, and guess what? They do not have a husband. They don't have a husband. I wonder why. You can't. Wait a minute.
Oh God, you are terrible. You're
T.
awful. Like you're just because people aren't married.
Wait a minute.
I
T.
wonder why.
If I'm talking about marriage, right?
Mhm.
And you a fine woman. You mean to tell me that, first of all, let's go back to the topic. Desire. Hold on. Desire. Let's go there. I heard her out her mouth. I don't say names because I'm not going, but her desire is to be married.
Okay.
So I'm not even gonna say high maintenance. These no, I'm not. No.
Well, you already said it, so now we have the thought of knowing who it is.
The reason why I'm not saying she high maintenance is because she got her stuff together. Like, she's smart, she's very intelligent, right? Okay. But here's the catch to it. This when I get like, wait a minute. She said she an alpha woman.
She said that. She actually said that.
Yes, she is an alpha woman. What? You an alpha woman? What do you mean? So with her mindset already, she said she alpha. It only could be one alpha. So I'm just trying to figure it. So you don't agree with that, T?
I think
be honest.
I think she may be saying she is God is within her. She
said that. Look, she said that God is within her.
And so yes. She walks as like she is the alpha of life for her life, right?
No,
that's how
we're not gonna take. We gonna put no words.
Hey, I didn't hear her say it. So
her word,
what you said.
Don't let me pull it up. Her words said, "I am an alpha woman," and I said,
okay. "What's an alpha woman to you mean?"
No, we're not going with what it means to me. Guess what? We want to look at the word alpha, because alpha, you know what alpha mean, right?
First.
No, that's just first. What? No? Not. It's other words that come with
I really
first.
Don't
what?
Know that.
No?
Look it up. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, look it up. we ain't here doing reading rainbow.
Reading rainbow. First letter of the Greek alphabet. Mm-hmm. Something that is first. It's first letter in the Greek alphabet, but it's reading. Something that is first. Something or someone designated with the name alpha or the Greek letter, especially denoting the first in position, order, or class.
Now,
so it's the first.
Guess what? She gonna be the first in the relationship? Yeah, okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. I see some more. A socially dominant person or animal. Okay, another one.
Now, guess what? She can't be. Listen, and see, that's what
you're just too harsh. You know, you take people's words, what they say, of how they feel about themselves. You said high maintenance, so we're gonna go with that first. So you said it out your mouth. You said it.
Hold up, wait a minute. It's other people that look way better than her.
We don't need to get on what she looks like. Let's not do that. You don't do that. But you said she's high maintenance because you said she's intelligent. She has her stuff together.
Yes.
So she is the first. She puts herself first as the alpha. You know, she takes care of herself. She's putting herself out there in the world to say, I am a woman that is going to be about my business. I'm going to be, you hate to hear that boss lady, you hate to hear that, but that's how women have to do for themselves, right?
So do you feel like that, T? Let me ask you.
Of course I do. I don't say it though. I don't talk like that. I don't have that type of that
life. Let's do the circle of life. Okay. Right? All right. T, I'm just gonna be silly a little bit. There's only one Batman and Robin. Batman is number 1. Robin is number 2.
Okay.
There's no. Huh?
I said, okay.
It's a relationship. We're gonna do so like it's a relationship. Batman is number one. Robin.
So
And Robin understands. Listen, he know his place. He said, "Yo, guess what?
Are you trying to say something about this example that you're trying to bring? Make it come together. You're saying it to say what? You're saying that example about Batman and Robin to say what exactly?
Robin is the number 2. Batman is the number 1.
Okay.
He's so it's all about him. Okay, right?
Okay.
All right. Superman.
Superman is Superman.
Number 1. Ain't nobody else. That's it. No.
Right. And what does she say? Is she married?
No.
Exactly. So she is the Superman, Superwoman in her life.
That's my point right there.
What?
I just said it. My point to you is this: is that when the moment you say that I'm alpha and she has that mindset, guess what?
I believe if the way you talking about her, she probably is a Christian, and so she knows. No, not really.
Yeah, let me stop. She a Christian, but some of the stuff she say, I'll be like, "Man, what are you talking about?"
Stop being judgmental, Chef. Okay, but you understand what I'm trying to say. But she probably knows how to conduct herself. To bring a man into her life. It just won't be alpha anymore. It's going to be Batman and Robin.
She said this. This is what she said. Okay,
Lord have mercy.
No. I look. This is all. It's all about desire and discipline, right? I swear to goodness, I'm so serious.
Tell me what she said.
This is definitely desire and discipline. We talking about this. She said, if you're dating young ladies, it's okay to test yourself. You dating a man and you spend the night at his house. It's okay to lay in the bed with him.
Oh.
Hold on, lay in the bed with him. Discipline yourself. What? Wait a minute. You find this woman. Come on.
Okay. Well, let me ask another question. I have to, ask these questions.
That's what she said.
I wouldn't say it like that. Definitely wouldn't say it like that.
She said,
that's not
test
what I
yourself.
would say.
She said you should have more discipline with yourself to lay in the bed with a man, butt naked, and not. Man, come on,
a big
man.
Statement. I mean, hey, wait a minute now. Just because we older people look at things differently, younger people might think of it differently nowadays. You never know. Let me say it like this. Let me just say this: sex might not be as important as maybe other people look at it as. With another person. People getting together nowadays are able to, refrain from sex and not really get in sex all the time. Like sexuality is totally different. So, that's why I'm like, people are changing. So having to accept another person. Huh?
They want their cake and ice cream and eat it too.
I mean, I don't know, Chef, sometimes. But I mean, if she's a Christian saying all this, and I don't know about that, right? If she has her own Christian thing going on and having this conversation, I don't know. I'll be like, that girl. I'll be like, you're really doing it, ain't you?
I look, and I know you look, and see, I'm a man, like married man. So she also said this. She was like, she dated somebody. She said she want transparency, right? So then she said she want to be able to look in the man's phone that she dating. What?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that too.
Hey, first of all, if you got to look into that person's phone because you don't trust them, you shouldn't even be dating them.
I'll tell you what I've heard.
That's crazy.
Let me say this. I've heard that when you are a married couple, especially, they know each other's information because if you need to get to something, you can get to it from their phone. So that's why I'm like, I've seen that in relationships with unmarried people do the same thing because they feel that they don't have nothing to hide. You can have, you are my partner. I'm open and free. So the privacy thing is not as big as it used to be for some people. And I don't know if it's a lot of people or not, but that is changing, Chef. So
what's changing?
that whole privacy outlook of, you know, your phone is private and nobody should see it, and my phone is private and nobody should see it either. That's changing. That's what I'm saying.
No, all right. So my thing is this: because social media has a grab on everybody, right, including myself, right? Now I'm married, so my wife, she know my, she looks. There's a reason why she know my passwords. There's a reason why she know my codes, because guess what? Something may happen to me. She has to be able to have access to those things, so she know it. You know what I'm saying? Right off the back of her head, even if she wrote it down, because I don't plan on and I don't intend on doing anything that's going to disrupt that. So she had access to everything, my emails, all that. She got access because there ain't nothing coming through there. That's crazy. Ain't nothing. You feel me? So when you look at it from that aspect, okay, that's cool. But I'm talking about you dating somebody. Nah, listen. No, seriously, you shouldn't listen. It should not even, the moment it comes to your mind and says, I need to look at his phone, then you shouldn't be talking to that person. Because you got, look, it's levels to that. It's to get to be able to go to my phone, you got to be able, listen, T, don't ever think for 1 second that people don't do conniving things. The moment you give somebody your phone, you don't know what they doing. And that's not being like scared, or you don't know. They could do anything. And so that you gotta, that's important information depending on what you're doing. Like mine got a lot of information on mine. Nobody's just gonna grab my phone and be like, with the exception of my wife, because I got stuff on there. And it's private, it's personal for my wife and myself. You see what I'm saying? So you're in a relationship that, it's levels. You don't just get somebody's phone and tell me something. Yeah, let me look at your phone.
You just finding something.
Huh? Let me look and see what I'm gonna find. No, what you need? Ain't nothing you gonna see. Like, I ain't talking about, look, now this is what I used to do when I was living a dirty life. Take my phone, put it down. Look, put it down like this. Look.
Face down.
Face down. Nah, I ain't got time for all that now. My phone stayed flip. Hey, whoever called, babe, who that? You can pick up, babe. Tell them I ain't busy. I'm busy right now. Whoever it is. I don't care. I got names. All right. I got other women on my phone. My wife, prime example.
No, you are a married man.
No. Lord Jesus, stop playing.
I don't know why we always talk about this married life of yours.
Oh yeah.
I know. Yes, because you get into it and you go too damn deep sometimes. I'll be like,
you're on a roll today. No, but look, I just reacquainted with somebody I went to church with when I was a kid, and they called my phone. First they hit me on Facebook. They say, Terrell. That's what they call me. Terrell. Hey. She got a lot of energy, boy. I love her, boy. No, I'm for real. I love her name, Joy. That's her name, Joy. Oh my goodness. When I tell you that name is perfect for her, she got nothing but joy. No, I'm serious. Nothing but joy. When she first came to the church, nothing but joy. Just perfect. Well, I won't say perfect. This like personality was just great. Joy, right? And we just reconnected on Facebook. We actually talked on the phone for maybe like an hour or two. Her and my wife, we was all talking. I was like, Dad, y'all get all comfortable. But now I ain't heard from her. I hope everything okay. I text her because she heard I was in the hospital. So she's like, yeah, is there everything okay? I was like, yeah. I call you later. And I called her. I ain't heard from her in a couple of days. I hope everything all right.
Yeah, she'll return.
Yeah, I hope so. You know what I mean? She live in South Carolina. So yeah, but I went on a whole nother spiel. But
I told you every time you talk about Esther, I swear you and Esther
bringing it out in me, man.
But
you know I'm big. Like I tell people,
I know. Oh. So it's like, here we go.
And look, something happened today, man. I just felt so happy, so filled with joy. So I was in the line, and the young lady said, "Oh, I love your shirt." So I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "So you love my shirt?" I said, "Look, I got a podcast, Faith Based." I said, "Check it out." Gave her the information. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out." I was like, "Yo, perfect. Check it out." Tomorrow gonna be. Listen, it's new for me, new for you. Listen,
We don't
We
know
gon-
what we get into tomorrow. It's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no, no.
new?
No, when I
Oh.
say new, it's a gospel rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. All
gospel
right.
rapper, for real. And I
Yeah.
seen some of the work. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you some of his clips so you can see it. So you get
Okay.
now. Once you get acquainted with his name, because he has a different and a unique name. So I'm not good with names. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not good with that. You're gonna have to help me with that.
What's his name?
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, you can't
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't pronounce
Did
it.
he pronounce it to you?
Nah, we actually didn't talk. So
Okay.
I was recommended to him. So
Okay.
and actually, let me see. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you something.
That's one thing I can say about you. You meet people. That's one thing.
Oh,
All I do is just show up and speak.
yeah. You're gonna have to get it together.
Nope. I can't do what you do. No, no,
Oh
son.
no,
No.
not to get the guests, but you gonna have to come on, get it together now.
What you mean get it together? I am getting it together.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these questions, because some of the people that's coming on is gonna be like interview style, because they know they want to tell their testimony, but I always tell them we talk about their testimony and we have questions, and then we get into a conversation. And
I have
send them the
questions
topic.
all the time. I have good questions when we get deep in conversation. I do. Don't take away my good credit of good questions.
Yeah, we got a group, actually a gospel group coming on as well. I gotta look in my calendar. I don't have it right now, but it's a couple,
Okay.
husband and wife. I sent, yeah,
It's
this month.
just them two, but it's
Yeah.
a group. Okay.
No, they coming on together, husband and wife. They coming on together. Like I said, I'm gonna have to let you see their names because I cannot pronounce their names.
Okay.
But they look so. They was doing something this weekend. They live in Texas. They actually was doing something this weekend. They was doing missionary work, just giving out food and everything. I was like, oh, that's so nice. And I actually was recommended by them too, from the same lady, Camilla Anderson. I mean, no, I'm sorry, Camilla Alexander. She's from Facebook. She's a promoter. So she put me on those two people. I do have another guy, but he never got back to me. So, but these two, they're actually were recommended by her. So I'm pleased and happy. She actually have a function coming up. Let's see if I'm able to go. It's where venue vendors are going to be there, businesses. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Business and other things, and then connections. It's always connections, and so I can't wait for that. I'm trying to see if I'm able to attend. But this weekend, with my crutches, my nephew, he got a football little function this weekend, so I'm gonna try to make it there.
Good.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, my nephews, boy, I tell you, and that's what I'm talking about, Lady T. Like when you got people looking up to you and they you show them love and they want you to be there to support them. My little nephew was like, Uncle Rel, you gotta come to my football game. I felt so bad because my knee was like messed up. I couldn't, and he wanted me to come Sunday, and I was banged up. That's when I was like real in pain and everything. I felt so bad I couldn't make it, and I love them. I love them, man, because they be like, when I come, look, when I come, it's like, yo, let's go. Ain't no plan. Let's go. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, Uncle Rel crazy. I said, nah, man, I want to see y'all win. Let's go. Victory.
Crazy.
What do you want? Victory.
Crazy. He was right. He was right.
Yeah, man. Listen, if I change that about me, then I wouldn't be myself.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
I wouldn't even be myself. They'd be like, yo, what's up with you, dog? You acting funny today. Nah, man.
We'll probably think you're probably at the end of your days of life.
For real.
Yeah.
Like I can't listen. I've been through too much. I've seen too much. And listen, God has had his hand on me my whole life. You know what I mean? And I want look, certain family members, I want them to see, You know, I say this all the time, T. When I look at family and I say, not moving the way I'm moving, but when you got the joy, the love, the joy of the Lord inside, like you want everybody to feel the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's a feeling that's undeniable. Like you can't, it's nothing can replace that. It's nothing in the world that can change that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like one of my biggest desires is like, yo, I know I can't because it's free will. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like it's something inside of me. Hey, do I get mad? Yeah. Do I get frustrated? Yes. But at the end of the day, that's something else that's greater that's inside. You know what I'm saying? And you just want to overspill on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want them to be happy, filled with joy. But when they not filled with that, you like that. Well, are you serving God? Are you praying?
You're not really supposed to ask those questions.
I know, I'm just joking. I was a joke. I know.
Okay.
Look, the moment you say that to them, they say, "What you mean? I'm not
Mhm.
praying.
Mhm.
How you gonna tell me as I'm praying?" Okay,
Right.
time to go. But yeah, listen, man. Look. Oh, by the way, you. I know your weekends are so precious. Okay, but before you go in your weekend little getaway, it's a joke. I need you to call me on Friday before you head out and do whatever you're gonna do for the weekend. If not
I will do
Friday,
my
Thursday.
best.
Okay.
My memory's bad. So you think of me, you call me, you text me. But if I will do my best. You know how
You
I
know
am.
what?
I don't
I
like
call you.
making promises because I
Yeah,
don't keep promises very well.
that's not good.
I don't do promises.
That's
If I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, but I ain't gonna
God.
make you a
Look,
promise.
did God do that to you? Say, I'll promise to be there for you. He
Oh
said,
God,
I'll
here
be
we
there for you.
go.
I'll be there
Please
for you
trust me.
all the
I'm
time.
protected. I'm blessed. I'm covered. You ain't got to worry about me, honey.
You my sister. So we gotta be we in the same covering.
Okay.
Yes, gotcha.
But yeah, please understand. Don't ask me that
I
question.
know,
You should
yeah.
already
Don't
know.
worry. Look, one day now I know. Look, now I've been to the house. I said I know how to creep up on you now. I said, oh, you don't want to answer my phone? Knock, knock. Yo, open that door.
It's so funny you say that. I seen something on my patio and I thought of you, and I'm about to send you the video so you can see what it is. But yep, I'm gonna send it to you.
Lord Jesus.
I was like, I thought of you, so I'll tell you after.
Well, listen. So, man, so much. I know so much going on. I can't even ask you.
Actually, life is good. Life is good.
Okay.
Things have settled in a way. It's a pause. We're in the pause stage. You know, everything is a pause right now. Everything is on hold. You got to wait. But the pause allows people to breathe and do what they're supposed to do until the final decision will be made. You know, so people are feeling a little bit better. I feel a lot better because other people are feeling better. You know, still a little rocky, don't know exactly, but you know, they're feeling better. There's a possibility that it will change in their favor. So yeah, it's doing okay. I look at it as, well, we're getting close to the end of quarter four, you know, or the end of quarter three into quarter four. And so, you know, you got to get that stuff done. So that's what I think it is, you know, conspiracy theory type.
Well, I gotta keep saying it because every time it pops up on my social media, I just want to say to you, I gotta keep saying this to you. I'm gonna keep on saying it to you. You're gonna be like, you sound like a broken record, chef. I'm going to sound like a broken record all the time. I am so proud of you.
Oh Lord.
No, I really am. You know why? It's because within the last, this is going to be our second year together, and as well as, you know, spending moments together, I'm so proud of you because I seen how you put things together on social media. You are lovely when you do that. And no. I'm serious. I'm the wedding, how you spend time with them over there. I really like that. And see, that's joy. And see, that's why I be like, it's okay to expose that. All the other stuff, that's your personal. But it was so beautiful. I loved it. I love it that the fact that I'm in it, I'm a part of it. Not only that is that I see how everybody was so happy at the moment. And then Cece, man, I swear, man, listen, I want them to be the happiest couple, go through things and come out and say, yeah, we went through something, but guess what? We still here, man, because they look like almost the perfect couple. I said almost the perfect couple.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, but I'm serious. Like, they look really lovely. It was a pleasure to be out there with you guys, as well as just seeing your journey over there, Texas, and over there to California. It's just amazing. Even not that, then I seen when we was down in down there where you live at. I seen little things. I said, that's nice. That's nice. That's living. That's having a good time in your life. And just being a part of somebody else's happiness is just nothing but a bundle of joy. And I'm so pleased to be a part of that. And like I said, keep up the good work. The next one is the youngest daughter. She's on the road to success as well. You know what I mean? They got a good mother, father. You know what I mean? I ain't really talked to him too much, but hey, look, y'all both made some great kids, great daughters, shall I say.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just want to, tell you that, commend you on that, because it was. It's just great just to be a part of that, be a part of somebody's life and knowing that it's nothing but love there. And that's truly something to look forward. And, I want to encourage people. That's what you got to do. Find the right circle, find the right people to be around, love on one another. They say iron sharpens iron. And guess what? She definitely keeps me checked. Lady T. When I ain't right, she be like, yo, I don't care. Now, that's not on the show, y'all. But listen, she, y'all don't know like I know.
He's so silly.
Yeah, so listen, that's about the end of our show today. Tomorrow, guys, I want y'all to stop by and check it out. Tomorrow's going to be a special treat. Listen, we got a special guest tomorrow. And it's going to be new for us, but it is nothing but God sent, a divine connection. And listen, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Deuces.
Oh, she said deuces.